Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Dr. Glenn Vo, and I have a special guest. Now, you might not recognize this guy because you've seen the other co-founder, Ali. It's with Docsites, but it's Kayvan. Kayvan, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, Glenn?
Man,
Nice to see you in person. Really excited to be here and say hello to the Nifty community.
well, you know what? Now you're part of the Nifty community. But before we get into Docsites, before we talk about the websites and all these different things, let's talk about you, man. You're new to this group here, so tell us like kind of like the origin story with Docsites, how you got involved, and just
Sure.
share that with everyone here in the community.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. So, uh, Ollie's my business partner. We have a third business partner, Parham. So, Docsites, is really a lot of us, and many of you know us in the group. We do your website, we do your marketing. A lot of people ask, why dentistry? How'd you get started in
Yeah.
dentistry? So, I come from a design background, like graphic designs. I went to UCLA. Parham comes from communication. Ali does the development, SEO. So originally we came together, and when you start a business, it's like whoever you could service, you service. So if you were a nonprofit, we made you a website. If you were a dentist, we made you a website. It just so happened our very first client was a dentist.
Huh.
Now this is in like 2007, 2008, and he gave us $1,000 cash in a white envelope in Starbucks. I remember in the Valley, and he said, "I'm going to Vegas."
Did he like slide it under the table?
No, it was just straightforward. Here it is.
Okay. And he
Here
said
it
he was
is.
going to Vegas.
He was going to start a new practice. He's like, I don't have a brand, I don't have clients, I don't have websites, anything like that. Just do whatever you website marketing guys do, right? And get me going. So with that, we did website, we did SEO from him, and we grew him in about 8 years from 1 to 13 locations.
Oh, wow.
With our marketing. Now, to his credit, he's an amazing operator. Like he still is, and that's a big part of it. So what happened is his wife was an orthodontist. So he referred us to his wife. And then, dentists know each other. Her brother owned a couple practices in like Newport Beach, Southern California. Before we knew it, 60, 70% of our clients were dentists. Just word of mouth, the best kind. Like we never said we're going to go in this magazine or do dentists. It came organically.
Yeah.
So about 6 years ago, we decided to create Docsites just as an affordable, effective way to do the websites and marketing, because at the time we were doing like boutique websites and like boutique pricing. And like, honestly, not every dentist can afford, a $10,000 website and spend thousands every month. So we realized we were pricing a lot of people out with our boutique ways. So when we created Docsites, it was about creating an affordable way, but still keeping it personalized and giving great service. And that's kind of how it got founded, and we worked together.
That's such a cool story. And I will let everyone know, again, you can check out their website, docsites.com. But if you look at their portfolio and you say, oh my God, these websites are amazing. This is Kayvan being very, very humble, right? Saying like, hey, we just, they're not boutique websites. We kind of moved away from that. When you look at those websites, they do look like they're boutique. They do look like you spend a lot of money. And that's what's so amazing about Docsites, why everyone in our community love you guys, because you can have something that looks really nice. And it's not going to break the bank, because you guys understand, you work with enough dentists, you understand what we need, but you understand the struggles that we have too. I mean, you're here at this conference, walking around, talking, interacting with people. You guys understand. And why is that so important? Why is that so important to have a website company that understands our community, what we need, but also the struggles we face?
It's really important because you understand, like just the other week, we launched a website, and I asked this lady, she has a successful practice, her and her husband, why'd you come to us? And she's like, look, like I need someone that I could trust who knows what they're doing with the dental industry, right? Because a lot of people, they have a website and it came from their front desk's daughter.
Yeah.
Right? Or their husband does IT and they kind of know they need updates. It's not really showcasing that well. So what a lot of doctors love about working with us is like, one, we care. Two, we know the dental industry, and we go that extra step, right? We go that extra step to say, hey, Dr. Glenn, you just got a Surrec machine. We should highlight that on your office, right? Or Dr. So-and-so, you do great before and afters. Why don't you have any on your website, right? So when you have a company who like gives a great price like we do, wants to highlight those things that make your practice different, and then we do all the work for you. And if you look at the community, we're very fortunate that we have a really good reputation.
Yeah,
Like
that's super important, right?
very,
Because
very much so.
here's the thing. I mean, look, there's a lot of website companies out there. There's a lot of you go to a conference, you meet a lot of companies that do websites, do marketing, right? The thing is a lot of times you can't figure out, like, you can't sift through things. Who should I work
Yeah.
with? You said something really important. It's all about the reputation, right? And Docsites has an amazing reputation. They have a reputation for great websites, but also great support. I mean, Ali, one of your co-founders, he always says, "Hey, you got my cell phone. Just call me whenever." And I tested it. I literally told someone, "You know what? Just call him like late at night, see if he answers." He did answer. Like literally, he did answer. In fact, he was probably hanging out with you, and he probably picked up the phone, talking to someone, and he was probably talking to a potential customer. So let me ask you this. So
Yeah.
again, why again you guys are working mainly with dentists, and you just kind of came into that niche, but why is it important that you guys maintain just working with dentists? Because I'm sure a lot of companies come to you and they say, "Hey, I sell solar panels. Can you make our website?" But why do you guys just stay focused there? Why is that so important?
It ties back to like caring about the customer and
Yeah.
what we're doing, like if you care about them and it's like giving them a good experience, there's so much value that we can give and opportunity for us to grow,
Yeah.
so it's like I always, inside kind of joke that like we're like the in and out of websites and marketing. Like we know what we do, and for those who don't know what it is a very good hamburger
Oh no, it is.
successful
It is.
place in
What I like
Southern
to know is
California.
what would be the animal style of websites with you guys? So
That would be a premiere with
the
our
premiere.
superstar package,
There you
top of
go.
the line, Google Ads, websites, SEO. But yeah, it's really like focusing on what we do and doing it really well. That's like our approach. And because we're able to do that, like we don't try to sell you a bunch of things you don't need. And a lot of doctors appreciate that, one. And then two, it allows us to do what we deliver, which is websites, online marketing, SEO, basic social media, Google Ads, and do it very, very well at a great percent. You're in Texas,
Yeah.
Pflugerville, Texas. Is that anywhere? Have you heard of that?
Yeah, of course. That's outside of Austin.
Okay, so a lot of people see us and they know Docsites because we do great websites
Mhm.
and it's affordable, but we're also very effective in our marketing with what we do. So we had a client who was referred to us in Pflugerville, Texas,
Huh.
Dr. Prob, and he was referred by Fortune Management. They do
Yeah.
coaching
Yeah.
nationwide.
Yeah.
And so they work with us, they trust us, they send us a lot of business. And the consultant who referred us, Dr. Prob, we were on a live actually webinar like
Yeah.
this. He's
Yeah.
like, Kayvan, I got to tell you, he's so happy with his SEO. It's working. He's getting found on Google.
Wow.
But I got to tell you, he almost didn't hire your company to do SEO. And as a company owner, I'm like,
Why?
why?
Yeah.
What's going on? I was like, he didn't like this price, the service. He's like, he loved the website. He loved your service. The thing is, yours was just so much more affordable than what other people were telling him. You were saying it's 500 a month, and he's hearing 1,500, 2,000. He got the idea that it might not work or be as effective because it's not as expensive. But he's very glad he gave you guys a shot. He's happy. I'm happy. So it made me realize a lot of people out there think, get it, normal, right? If I pay a lot more, I'm going to get a lot more, but it's not necessarily the case. So one of the things that we're hearing and what you said is like, you don't have to break the bank to get a great website, for it to be effective, and again, get really, really great service.
Guys, I'm going to tell you this. I mean, they're not going to share all the secrets, but a big part of the secret is that they have this system down. They've been doing this for years, since what, 2009?
Yeah.
2009, working in the dental space. They have multiple, I would say multiple. How many clients do you guys have off the top of your head?
We're like approaching 700.
So literally
clients.
they have 700 basically case studies. The reason why the price is so good, because number one, it's just a core value. I mean, their co-founder Ali just said like, "Hey, look, we don't want to overcharge anyone. We don't want to rip anyone off. We know what we can do this, but also they can scale it because they know what works." And that's the thing that you guys have to keep in mind. Can you work with this? Can you work with your cousin who made a couple of websites for people and get it cheap? Sure. You probably can do that. Can you do it yourself? Go on Wix or something? Sure. But here's the thing. Just because you can make a website, just because you can get a good deal, doesn't mean it's going to be effective. The whole point of a website is to get more patients, right?
Yeah.
So again, these guys have it down. So because they have it down, they can give us that price. It's not because, hey, they don't want to charge more. They could, but they don't have to because they have their systems down. So I want to bring that up because people always say that, well, I'll just do it myself, man. I can go there and do the templates and stuff like that. How often have you talked to someone who did it themselves and they came back to you and says, can you guys help me out? How often does that happen?
So most of the times we don't hear often that people do it themselves. However, we find that valley, the valley of death, so to speak, which is like they don't do it themselves, but like their patient said they'll do it, and they swap veneers and they give veneers to the patient and the patient does their website, right? Or the husband or the friend. And it's actually much harder because they can't expect much because that's the patient, right? You can't be like, hey, it's been 6 months. Or you can't tell your husband, I'm firing you on my website because you didn't do it right. So a lot of times we get those, coming to us. And once they see, like, again, we're very transparent with what we do, with our pricing, with our approach, and they feel
I mean, the price is on the website.
The price is on the website.
There's no like extra fees. There are no extra stuff. The only thing is, guys, just to let you know, there's a Nifty deal. So you see the price on the website. There's a Nifty deal with it. But you have to call Ali. We're going to put his number later. Ali, if you're watching right now, go ahead and put your number in there. Have him reach out to you. But again,
and I'll give his cell phone just in case you don't have it.
There you go.
818-416-0007. Okay. So if you want to text Ali or hit up Ali, many of you, of course, know him in the group. He's the one who comes on. He's great at getting back to you, just really, talking to you of what you need. We have 3 website options, and as a Nifty member, you get a deal on all of them. So if you're looking for something just more cost effective, or you want something more personalized with all the bells and whistles, we have all of those. And as a Nifty member, all you need to do is text or call that number, and you'll get the best deals we have available.
And it's not just website. I mean, there's SEO, there's marketing stuff. Because again, the goal of a website, again, I'm gonna let you guys know. Ali said this last time. I'm gonna reiterate: the goal of the website is to get more new patients in your practice. It's not to show off. It's not like you're not buying like a Rolls Royce here and rolling up to your friend's house and have them like look at it and stuff. Like, no, the job is to get patients there. These guys know how to do it. Right? These guys know how to do it. So again, So number again, what's the number again?
818-416-0007. Also, it's probably in the chat if you're actually in the group right now, but if you're listening to it, that number is 818-416-0007, and just call or text Ali for those Nifty deals.
Now, I'm just curious here. So again, you guys know how to reach out there, but before we end this, I have to ask some serious, really serious questions. Where did Ali and your other co-founder, where did they go to school?
So we all actually went to the same high school.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe one of those guys went to USC or something.
No. That would be funny, right? I go to UCLA.
That's what I was saying. So okay. So again, the reason why I asked is I want to make sure how tight this partnership is. So it's good because none of those other guys went to USC. But I do want to ask something on an entrepreneurial space, like starting out and now. Would you imagine that you guys would be at this particular point with this company at this time?
It's
going back there. I'll ask it for you. Ali will probably say something else.
Yeah, for there, I wasn't. It's just evolved so much of how this company has, and what's like interesting. It's like it's always evolving. Yeah. I don't know if you have this experience, but even just from where we were, like no joke, until January to where we are here, with like our vision of like where we want to take it and the people we want to bring on, and people who care a little more, people who want to give a little bit more, they're a little bit more happy because guess what? We like that. And guess what our customers get? They get that, right? Yeah. So it's like we always gave the good product, but all the things that actually matter that are kind of exciting on a business level are just ever evolving.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. And guys, I wanted him to share that because great pricing, great Nifty pricing, that's one thing. Great customer service, that's one thing too. But Ali and Kayvan and the rest of the team, they're always looking to level up. They're at all these conferences, making connections, learning, listening to what's important to us. Because again, things that were important 5 years ago now there's other things that's really important. So these guys are always on top of things. And that's something you want to think about when you're working with a company that's going to give you a new website, revamp your old website. If you have an old website and you haven't updated it, you haven't done anything, think about it. Think about when you're driving. I mean, yeah, some people they'll drive a car for a long time, but eventually you have to update, maybe get a new car, right? You don't just drive until the wheels fall off. No, same thing with your website. If it's been a while since they've updated anything, shouldn't you look into that? And here's the great thing: reach out to these guys. It's free to call Ali. Call him whenever, right? We already gave his number out there. Call him whenever. Talk to him, and then from there, go schedule a consultation and maybe work with these guys. So, Kayvan, thank you so much, man.
I
for
really
jumping
appreciate
on.
it, Glenn.
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much, everyone.
He's finally here. He was doing Facebook Lives and other places, and we finally said, hey, you got to come to the Nifty group. So reach out to them. And again, thank you so much for watching.